Hello again. Our today's subject is Wheel of Life Balance. It may sound mysterious, but it really isn't. Really pure science here. So I hope you enjoy today's presentation.
Hello there. So, hopefully you have done your homework, and you have prepared 8 different areas of your life, which you feel are important to your success. If you have not, please pause this video and go do it. The reason for this is that, the idea of success is very personal. We cannot talk about these things quote-unquote in general. You need to use your actual data here. This is because, what one person defines as success, is defined as failure by another person. Let me give you an example. For example, should donating to charity be on your list? It depends. If charity is not something that you feel excited about, no matter how much you are able to afford to share with disadvantaged people, it will not give you any satisfaction. In fact, you are likely to feel being taken advantage of. If you make yourself donate to charity, it should simply because this is the right thing to do. On the flip side, if you pride yourself on being a benevolent person, and if you have this mindset, that giving to charity does not take away from you, as in taking your money away, but rather adds to your well-being, by confirming your status quo, by adding to your sense of self-worth, by adding the satisfaction that you are supporting the right cause, and so on, then you certainly are not feeling being taken advantage of, you are feeling fulfilled. Then and only then, reaching a status of a benevolent giver would be part of your definition of success. Again, this is why each and every one of you define their own areas. So, it's time to pull those notes out. And, let's do an exercise together. For this, we are going to have a guest speaker, Bob.
Hi, I am Bob, and I am going to guide you through this Wheel of Life exercise. Open a new page in your notebook and draw a circle. Now divide the circle into 8 or 12 parts. However many sectors of your life you have identified as building blocks of your success. Remember? In the previous assignment, we gave you health, money, relationships. You were supposed to come up with more. Now write in the name of each. For example, this one is going to be health. This next one is going to be money. And so forth. I will give you a few minutes. Okay. Done. Now, on a scale of 1 to 10, I want you to color in the level of how satisfied you are with your current situation in each of these sectors. For example, if I'm very satisfied with my financial situation, I will give it all 10. If I am perfectly happy where I'm financially, I can go ahead and color in the whole thing. If, on the other hand, my health is very poor, if I feel like I get sick all the time, if health is very much of a concern to me, then I am going to color this sector to maybe 3. Let's say, this one is my personal life. If I think that my personal life sucks severely, I will color it at 1. So please go through all the sectors and color them in. Don't worry. We understand that all this is private and personal, and we are not going to ask you to post your results in the comments below. Unless you want to. So, no worries. Let's take another few minutes. I hope you are doing this alongside of me. Done? Let's now connect the edge dots. Like this. This is the shape of your wheel of life. This is exactly what we've been working on. The representation of your wheel of life. Does yours look like a wheel? Will something like this roll?
I am sure you get the picture. What is your ride going to be like? Bumpy, perhaps? How many of you know the expression, and can relate to the feeling of when we say something like this? How is it going? I have been hitting a few bumps on the road lately. It's been a rough ride. You look like 10 miles of bad road. But now, let's look at these results in a little bit more detail. Does your wheel look like a perfect wheel? Probably not. Does it look like this? Or, does it look like something like this? This is pretty much a normal wheel, except in one area, there is a little indentation in it. So, your ride through life, or your journey through life, as the expression has it, is likely to be fairly smooth. Except, almost at what it would seem equal intervals, you are going to feel this bump. Ka-chunk. Ka-chunk.
Ka-chunk, ka-chunk. Let me jump in here with some explanation, because I don't want you guys to view this Wheel of Life thing as some kind of esoteric concept. Not like there's some kind of this Wheel of Life out there, reality, alternate reality, and this is why bad things happen to people. No, I want you to view this as a very simple, very straightforward, graphic representation of actual reality and how things go. So please take it in this line at this angle. So let's look at this example. Here, whoever did this wheel is actually doing pretty good. This usually doesn't happen on the first try, but maybe some people are very successful and very organized even coming into this program. So if this is what you ended up with, congratulations, this is actually pretty good. And so what this means is that all your sectors, let's say it's finances, making money, it's your family or friends, people relationships, it's your health, whatever else you had on there, you have rated them pretty evenly at 8 or 9 or maybe even 10. You're very satisfied with your financial situation, you're very satisfied with your relationships, your health is on up and up, and which is more important, they are on an even keel, they're balanced. So this means that you're not struggling trying to juggle family and work, you're equally satisfied with both. So this is pretty good job here. But what's this? So this segment here, one of the segments, got rated at, I'd say maybe 6-ish here. And for the sake of our example, let's say it is your home front example. Not family, not people, but material things on the home front, maintenance. Say you've been so busy trying to make money, and then whatever time is left over goes to people, your relationship with friends, your health takes time, you got to go to the gym, walks, whatnot. And so you had absolutely no time left here to do the boring maintenance things. Let's say your car hasn't had an oil change in the last 6 or 8 months. Your closet is looking like this, messed up, it's heaping over. Your refrigerator looks like this, it still remembers time of manual defrost and misses them. So anyway, you get the picture. This is why this segment is not where it should be. Your satisfaction with your job of how you've been tending to the material things at your home is not quite there. So what happens one day is you wake up and it's a pretty good day. Let's say you have just gotten a notice that you have received a very lucrative contract. Or let's say if you're working for a company, then you wake up to an email from your boss and he is saying, Joe, you've been doing such a good job. I really want to express my appreciation to your performance. At the end of this month, I am giving you a very large bonus. Thank you for giving so much to the company. Well, that's because your financial segment and your effort into keeping up your business or your work ethics has been maintained. You've been doing really good. So keeping it at 9 or 10 paid off. You're looking at a really good chunk of money coming at you at the end of the month. So you think, well, maybe it's a good time for me and my family to go on a very nice vacation, because that segment is also important to you, and it's not like something you build something up and leave it and it wouldn't deteriorate just by the very fact that everything is even here. Suggests that you've been putting a constant effort into your family and it's important to you. So you think, okay, this money is another chance for me to strengthen these bonds even further. Going on a nice vacation is something the wife or the husband and the kids would enjoy. So you're looking forward to strengthening that front even more. You feel a lot of satisfaction from being able to do this with your family. And maybe you are going to go climb Mount Everest, or at least Mount St. Helens, because your health is up there and you can do it. You can plan something physical like this and build up your health, invest into your health as you do it as well. So this is going to be a pretty good day. It's good news. You really got momentum going. You're moving from financials to your family, to your health, to whatever other sectors are going to roll on this wheel of life. And then you come home from work that day, and lo and behold, your roof has just leaked. Or maybe it's a washing machine upstairs, which is the older sister of that refrigerator we've just looked at, and it's time to go. But let's say it's the roof, and it's pretty expensive repair. And that money that you have just been looking forward to putting towards a very, very nice experience with your family, the roof guy is going to take it now. A chunk, right? And if all the other sectors of that circle are up there, it's a pretty small chunk. Let's say your sector of emergency preparedness, so to say, of what you're going to do when unexpected expenses happen is on up and up, then it's fairly simple. You have a special savings account set aside for when something happens, when there is an unexpected expense, or you have a system in place. When bad things happen, they get charged on this credit card. And this is how I deal with it. Your financials are up there, so you will have credit to finance the roof, no problem. But it's still a chunk, because now you have to take the time to shop for a roof contractor or go shopping for that new washing machine. Unpleasant. And why is this chunk? Because that sector was a little out of balance. It wasn't maintained. So just how life goes, when something can go wrong, it eventually does. And it's reality. You can't go through life with nothing happening when it can happen. So this is why you get a chunk at that particular spot. But let's say your home maintenance, wasn't even in your circle. You have accounted for financials when you guys were drawing your circles, accounted for financials, you accounted for health, for everything, and the fact of maintenance didn't even come to mind. So it's missing. So add this segment or missing segment to your circle, because this is what it in reality looks like. Or maybe it's not maintenance, maybe it's preparedness. Once I just said that, you're going, oh crap, yeah, maybe it would be a good idea to have some kind of a plan or a system of what to do when something does go wrong, as we all know it will. So like this. And if you have missed not just maintenance, not just preparedness, but quite a few sectors, then it will look like this, right? Here, there are quite a few sectors missing. It's home maintenance here, it's emergency preparedness, maybe you forgot your health even. I think I gave you health, but whatever else that are important to your success, you didn't happen to think about it when we made this diagram. So you're looking at this and it's like, something like that won't even roll, as Jens been sharing with us. That will not roll. But thankfully, there is such a thing as homeostasis. I'm going to explain it briefly. It is a holistic concept, but it is very helpful. Our body, nature, everything that's been created has been created with this built-in emergency mechanism to balance itself. It has a tendency to always try and balance itself. And of course, just like any mechanism out there, they do go out of whack and they break, and it can't always accomplish the task of rebalancing itself, but it tries. So in this case, what will happen is that your wheel will never look like this in actual reality, even if you miss, half of those segments or just about. It will look like this. It will have missing chunks equally distributed throughout. So you're going to have a pinwheel of life instead of a wheel of life. So one segments are filled, some segments are filled, some are missing, but they're missing, like I said, it will, the homeostasis will make sure they're at equal intervals to where the whole thing can still roll. So we're going to get brrr, right? Ian's going to explain it from here, go over a couple more examples, and then I will summarize and you will know what to do about this. Thanks for listening.
Also, your wheel can look like this. This wheel looks pretty smooth, but it is small. All your segments of life came out here at around 3. Equally so-so. And when everything is so-so, when everything is equally bad, we get used to it. We are rolling through life pretty smoothly, because the wheel is still fairly even, right? But we are going slowly, because this wheel is small. The ride itself, though, is not too bumpy. Because our wheel is even, we are rolling along. What this means is that, when we are used to our daily life being mediocre, and this mediocrity has become the norm for us, when we have accepted so-so as our normal, then this slow, not too bumpy of a ride looks normal to us. But what happens if suddenly we have had a stroke of luck? Suddenly, we have been offered a career or a business opportunity of a lifetime. Fell in love. Won the lottery. Suddenly, one of our segments got incredibly better. Suddenly, everything is out of balance. Something like this, definitely, will not roll, and it is going to feel that our life is suddenly, totally out of the norm, which it is at that point, and out of control. Have you ever witnessed or experienced a situation like this? The husband has suddenly hit it big, got a lucrative new job, started gaining incredible momentum in his online business, wrote a bestseller book, etc. And the wife seems to be happy and excited about it. But sometimes she acts strange, keeps calling every 10 minutes to distract him, she wrecks the car, she rushes the kids to the doctor all of a sudden, she starts pointless arguments. This is one of the examples of what this can look like. So, the next question, of course, is what do we do about this, right? This is going to be your homework for the next couple of weeks. Perform an audit, and try to identify any segments that you may have missed. Remember how we discussed that because of the phenomenon of homeostasis, the gaps that you may have missed are going to be equally distributed throughout, and form a pinwheel? So, keep a close look on your daily events, and try to identify the areas that go burr. Those small bumps are making your life less than smooth. Do you see any patterns? In the same notebook, where you wrote down your USB, and where you drew the Wheel of Life sketch, start a journal. At the end of each day, take a few minutes to reflect on that day's events, and write down the bumps that you felt. If you already know that there is a pattern here, identify the area of life that these bumps affect, and write it down, separately. If not, just keep observing, and watch for patterns as you go along. Update your Wheel of Life, if and when you identify any segments that you have missed.